Hi guys, I'm Saumya and I'm back again with another video. I hope you are all doing well. I make a lot of bookish content on this channel, so if you love reading then do hit that subscribe button and don't forget to click on the bell icon. So this one is a recommendation video. I haven't done one of these videos in quite some time. So more specifically, this is a video meant for anybody and everybody who wants to begin their reading journey. So in this video, I will talk about 7 books that you can pick up if you are a beginner reader. So let's get started. The first book is The Honjin Murders by Seishi Yokomizo. So this is a Japanese story, and if you are beginning your reading journey, you might want to start by reading about another country. So I think this book can be a good start for you. So this is the first book in the Kosuke Kindaichi files. So just like there is Poirot in Agatha Christie books, in this series we have a detective named Kosuke Kindaichi. Now this story is taking place in the 1930s and it's a murder mystery, as I said before. A murder takes place and this character of Kosuke Kindaichi is introduced. How he solves this murder is what the story is about. The end is unexpected in a weird sort of way, but it still comes as a surprise. So this is a very quick and an easy book to read, and if you are just beginning your reading journey and if you want to read a genre that is quite popular but you want to have a different sort of feel, then The Honjin Murders can be a very good place to start. The next book is The Shadow on the Wall by Ruskin Bond. So if I'm making a video about beginner readers, then it's impossible to not include Ruskin Bond in this list because he literally writes books that are so easy to read but are so engaging at the same time. The Shadow on the Wall is a collection of 21 short stories about the paranormal. So this book is nowhere near being a horror book, but it's entry-level spooky stories that you can enjoy, and you won't get too scared as well, especially if you are somebody who doesn't like to read the horror genre but you want to get spooked out all the same. So these 21 stories get over in around 150 pages. Whenever you are beginning your journey as a reader, it's best to go for books that can engage you and entertain you in less amount of time, and The Shadow on the Wall with its spooky stories can do just that effortlessly. The next book is Atomic Habits by James Clear. So I have to include this book for the ones who are wanting to begin their reading journey by reading a self-help book. So Atomic Habits has to be one of the easiest, most interesting and most practical books out there. I mean, if there is only one self-help book that you're going to read in your entire life, then Atomic Habits can easily be that book because it's so practical, it is so easy to grasp, and it genuinely ends up helping you. It has given tips and tricks to build habits that can benefit you in the long run. It talks about the compounding effect and it convinces you that you can change your life by starting small. I love how this book talks about starting small and what far-reaching impact starting small and continuing with it can have. So when you read this book, you feel motivated, but you also feel that your goals are within reach because this book doesn't serve you any grand goals. It just talks about building habits on a day-to-day basis. Next book is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. So this is an extremely heartwarming book that everybody should read. But if you are somebody who is thinking of picking up your first book, this can definitely be your very first book and you won't regret it. And this is definitely for those people who are in a bad place mentally, who feel that life is ruined beyond repair for them. So this book talks about second chances, it talks about redemption, it talks about how it is never too late to create magic. This is a story about a woman named Nora Seed who is in her mid-30s and she has had it with life. And she decides to end her life, but instead of dying, she reaches a midnight library where she comes across unlimited books. And every time she opens a book, she gets transported into a different version of her life had she taken a different decision. So this is a book about regrets. This is a book about how you can go forward by leaving your past where it belongs and how you can still be happy. The next book is Heartstopper Volume 1 by Alice Oseman. So this is actually the first volume in this Heartstopper graphic novel series. So this is a story about 2 teenage boys who are growing up, discovering themselves and each other and the world around them. It's a story about love and friendship. It has LGBT representation. So this is a very beautiful, uncomplicated, wholesome story that deals with some themes that can be complicated, but they are dealt with beautifully and delicately. So you are smiling for the most part in this entire series. So if you want to read a graphic novel that has LGBT representation, that is simple yet profound in its own way, then Heartstopper series can be a good start for you. The next book is Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. So now if you want to begin your reading journey by reading a series that is easy yet interesting at the same time, then Percy Jackson series is the one for you. And more points if you like Greek mythology as well as fantasy. So in this book we read about Percy, who is a 12-year-old boy who is dyslexic and has ADHD. And accidents keep happening in his life, and in this book he is made aware of the fact that the reason for these accidents is that he is the son of a Greek god and he is a demigod himself. So this being the first book in the series, he is initiated into this new world where he's sent to this camp called Camp Half-Blood, where he meets his other fellow demigods and his adventures begin. This book and the series is very funny, a complete page turner, entertaining, enjoyable, everything good that you can think of is present in this series, and overall it's a lot of fun. The next book is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. Now this book is very close to my heart, and everybody and anybody who has read this book will surely agree, because everyone adores this book because it's just that good. It's the story of a 10-year-old boy named August whose face is not formed properly, and in the story he starts attending a regular school, and this is a completely new world for him, and he meets a lot of new people, he makes friends, he also attracts bullies. So yes, the theme of bullying is very apparent in this book. Also, this is a multi-perspective book. We read about different characters from their perspectives, and that's how the story moves forward. This book definitely makes you cry a lot. It's an emotional roller coaster. Although for the most part this book is very gentle and wholesome, and by the end of it you are left smiling. So it does give a very good and a positive message overall. So these were the 7 books that you can definitely pick up if you are ready to embark on your journey as a reader. Pick any one of them or pick all of them, and let me know in the comments if you have already read any of these books. I look forward to your comments. That was it for today's video. If you want to connect with me on my social media, the links are in the description. I will see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye, take care and stay safe.